everyone, I'm so excited to announce that the bathroom redo is finally done, and Dex is excited too. It's been a long and winding process. I started thinking about it a month ago and have gone through many twists and turns on the way to happiness. I tend to love a beachy theme in the bathroom, and so that's what I've gone for in this bathroom, is a beachy look. I started hanging some things on the walls last summer, and I added the shower curtain to give me the theme, but there was still a lot that needed to be done. The bathroom was built in 1980, and it is brown, 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 and not in the nice sandy beach way. So that's what I was working with, and we do rent, so we wanted to do things that wouldn't harm anything, wouldn't make any permanent changes. And since we're on a no spend challenge, we wanted to keep it as low as possible. Our current home decor / house goods budget is about $50 a month, and so we needed to keep within that budget. The bathroom actually starts outside. I added these. This is the door from our bedroom into the bathroom, and I was working on an idea to make a covering for our drawers in there, and I was looking for free images, and I found a few waves that I really liked that wouldn't work for that, but I wanted to use them for something. And so I got the idea to hang them on the door, and I used a little painter's tape around the edges to frame them. Since painter's tape doesn't stick super well, I did use some mounting tape on the corners to make sure that it stays in place. So this is the look that it gives me. Okay, so now let's do the reveal. Here is the new bathroom. And here is the light fixture. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through everything, starting with the light fixture, since it was the impetus for all of this. I really wanted to cover, as you can see here, we've got the ugly Hollywood lights, and I really just wanted to get that covered up. And we tried several different ideas, but none of them quite worked. And so finally I went with the thing that I saw online, which was to build this little frame and hang it. Pete built this little box, and it's hung on sawtooth hangers and sticks to the wall. And we did, the cover is just, I found these fern pictures, not ferns, I guess they're little palm pictures online, and I printed them up on just regular paper because I wanted to be sure that light could come through. And then I covered them on both sides with contact paper, and we stapled them to the back, to the frame, and hung it. And if need be, we'll go ahead and cover it with fabric if this doesn't hold up, but I thought it would be a good way to try. And then the second row here is the frame that we have on the mirror. Let me step back so you can get a better image. I'm going to turn it this way so you can get a better image of the full mirror. We had, this mirror is one of those builder's grade, not very interesting mirror, and it's stuck on with the white plastic tabs. Just not very interesting. And I had seen that people were building frames out of wood and sticking them on with command hooks. And so that was my original plan, was to just do that. But then we had purchased this Toga placemat to hang in front of the light as one of our many tries at getting that light covered. And I just really liked the look of it. It had a real nice beachy vibe. They come in a natural color, but we just painted them sea glass. And so I had decided that I would use that on the bottom here to make just a little cover, and I wasn't going to do anything on the top at all. So we I actually went out and I bought one more of those Toga mats, placemats. I ended up buying a total of 3, and they are $2 each, so it was $6 total. And spray painted it, cut it in half, and so the half spot is here behind that tree. And I stuck them on with command hooks, and it still just needed a little something, a little interest. So I found these palm tree pictures online, and I had some heavier cardstock. It was ivory, but I wanted to give it a little color. So as you can see here, I colored the paper with some colored pencils, and then ran them through the printer to get the trees, cut them out, and covered them in contact paper to kind of protect them from the elements, and then stuck them on with double-sided tape, and those have held up really nicely. And the only problem I've had is in this corner, for some reason, the command hooks keep coming off. So we'll see if I might just need to replace that one. We'll see. And then the other thing that's going on in the bathroom, in the sink area, is this contact paper. This sink was a dark sort of marbled brown that just wasn't very interesting, and so we wanted to cover it. A lot of people use marble, the marble look contact paper, but we were trying to keep it as cheap as possible since we're doing no spend, and so I went with whatever the Dollar Tree had, and they had a stone version, but I didn't love it, and so I decided to get this because I thought it was a nice color. We did end up losing one roll because putting contact paper on the first time can be tricky. But this, what you see here, represents 2 rolls, which, as I said, I got at the Dollar Tree, so they were $1 each. And we found that the best way to do it is to spray the counter really well with Windex, and then put the contact paper on. You can slide it around and get it just so smooth it out, and you can continue to move it for about a day until it settles, so you can make sure that it's in the right spot. And then we ended up using some washi tape around the edges here because cutting around an oval is really tricky, and so that's what we went with. And as you can see, this sink has a little spot, which I'm just not sure if I'm going to fix it or not. And then over here we have this plate. I found this plate at thrift shop this summer, and I just really liked it, so I got that. And this scarf I've had forever, and it's just covering a little corner piece. And it's got my plant. And then I have a little glass tray with some sea glass and seashells. And these are little things that we've picked up along the way. We've had the clock for a really long time. It's been in the bathroom for, I think, since we moved in here. These 2 I found at a thrift shop this summer, in 2 different thrift shops on the same day, so I thought that was fate. This one has been it was in the kitchen as a trivet for a long time, but I finally realized that it had a better place in here. And then we've got those little ceramic plates for tiles. And as you can see, you're starting to get this poking in. So this is what we came up with for towel bars. We had just regular, generic chrome towel bars, just weren't very exciting. And so I wanted to get something a little more interesting. I found these hooks at the Dollar Tree. There was a 5-pack. They were silver, and they're used for holding tools. And so I bought those, not even sure what I was going to do with them. At first I thought we would just use those as hooks, but they don't look right as towel hooks. So I thought and came up with this, and we just painted the piece of 2x4 gray, screwed on the tool hooks, added some rope that we already had and some bamboo that we already had, cut all down to size, obviously. And then just push this back to make it look a little more closed. And that is our towel rack. And then above that, we've got our little turtle fella and our shells. And then I've got just a scarf hanging on, a couple of rings. We'll end up, we have a lighter shade beachy looking curtain that we'll probably hang in the summer because it does get really bright in here. But I just like this look for right now. And then I made just a little wall hanging out of some poster board that I had, and I found some starfish online that I printed, and that's all contact papered. And I'm gonna spin around to this side and show you this. So we've got this guy, and it is, it's just your basic above toilet cabinet. It was white. It had the kind of beadboard design, so it was fine. It just wasn't very interesting, and the beadboard look is not really my thing. So I took a piece of poster board from the Dollar Tree, and I used clear contact paper and then stuck it here with double stick tape. As you can see from back there, I did two pieces, so there's 1 and 2. And then I did the same idea here, but I just added some of those starfish again, just pictures of starfish, taped on to the poster board, and then covered with contact paper, and stuck into the slot with double stick tape. And then I've got some of the washi tape to give it a little more interest. And I painted these because they were just white and they were looking a little bit ragged. So I just painted those, and I'll just need to repaint those white when we move. That picture we've had for a while, and then we've just got some storage and a fern. And I do need to admit, this fern right here was actually the highest spend item on this journey. I just bought it yesterday, and it cost me $5. And one of my no spend rules is to not buy any new plants, but I really felt that this bathroom needed a plant, and I was weak in the moment, and I bought it, and I have no regrets. So there it is. We still are we are within our $50 home decor budget. So even though it is a plant which I wasn't supposed to buy, it still falls within the budgeted amount. And then this, our little soap dispenser we got this summer, and that was a Goodwill find. I put it in this the bowl because of the drips. I didn't want to get the washi tape all messed up, so I put that there to protect it from the drips. And then the washi tape, I'm a little nervous that it might not hold up, especially around the sink, but I might do like a white pipe wrap if need be. And then this is the shower curtain that we found this summer. We got this because it's just an uninspired sort of shower, and so we hide it. And it's got happy flamingos. We got this picture and another towel rod, and I went with the beach towels here just to keep it on theme. And then we've got this picture, which I think is maybe easier to see there, and that is just a collage that I made. I found these pictures of these little beach huts online in a royalty-free photo site, and so I printed them and I enlarged them so that they filled a whole page, and then cut them out to scale. And like up here, this is just like blue paper, and then I found some sky picture, and then I found some beach picture, and some sand picture, and I put them all together and pasted them all onto a poster board that I got at the Dollar Tree, and then took another poster board and created a border around it. And it just adds something, because that door, like so many things in this bathroom, was just so very brown, and so it just gives a little extra color. And then I think the last thing to show is the bottom of the cabinet, the sink. And so I will step out to show it because it's a little bit harder to see. And so this is what we ended up doing here. And we've got, again, we used part of our placemats. We cut them to size and made strips, because this this cabinet is just builder's grade, and the doors are ridged, so they were hard to cover with anything, and so I just decided to take the doors off instead, and I gave them a little visual interest. And then in the drawers in here, we took them off, and then we put down some fabric. I took some foam board, again from the Dollar Tree, covered it in fabric, and then used the buckets, which I also got from the Dollar Tree, but I've had for a while, and put them in there just to make it a little more open. And then we made these fun little drawer pulls. And I don't know, I might end up doing those as rings, like doing the rope as a ring instead of just knots, but I'm still trying to decide that. And I think that gives you the entirety of the bathroom. And again, turn it for you. The overall cost was fairly minimal for what we did at this time. We spent maybe $5 total in clear contact paper to cover everything that needed covering, and we bought 4 of the placemats for $2 each, so that's $8. We spent $2 on the contact paper minus the one that we lost, so $2 or $3 depending on how you look at it. I did end up buying some of this rope. I had some, but I did buy a strand of it at a string of it at the Dollar Tree for $1. It was 6 feet. So if we had to buy that, we could have done that there. But we just got, I got some for these knobs, and then spent a few dollars on poster board, and I think that, and of course the $5 fern. And I think that's all we spent on it. So it was definitely less than $20 total, and I'm just so incredibly happy with how it turned out. It's cute, it's bright, it's beachy, it's just got a very nice vibe, which this bathroom has never had before. It has never had a vibe. And so that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming along.